What's going on, folks? Today I'm going to be reviewing the game Go-Go Worms. This game came out in 1993 from Milton Bradley, and it is for 2 players. Now, Go-Go Worms is a kid's game, and what you're going to be trying to do is you're going to try to get your worm to the finish line first. And the way you're going to be doing this is by using Play-Doh. So let's show you Go-Go Worms. Okay, everybody, we'll go ahead and go over the components really quick. Right here, you're going to have your track, and you got your 2 Go-Go Worms over here. And what you're going to be trying to do is you're going to try to get your Go Worm all the way to the end of the track, knock down the checker flag, and you'll be able to win the game. Now, the way you're going to be moving these Go-Go Worms is with Play-Doh. You're going to have this little plunger over here, and this is going to serve one of 2 purposes. Number one, you're going to be able to make what are called these baby grubs, and you're going to be using the baby grubs to help move your worm in the game. And all you got to do is just take the bottom of this and squeeze it in real tight like that. And you'll go ahead and make your little grub, and you'll go ahead and place it over there. Now, the next thing this thing is going to do on the bottom is you're going to be using this to plunge the Play-Doh, which is going to help move your worm. Now, you also have a lot of these wheels over here, and what's going to happen is the Play-Doh is going to make a line. You're just simply going to use these wheels to help support it. And you also have Mr. Chomp. Now, Mr. Chomp is going to do something rather violent. He's going to cut the head off of your worm, and I'll show you how that works here in just a little bit. Now, you're going to make 15 of these worms here in the very beginning. I only made a little less than that just for demonstration purposes. But right here you have your die, and you're going to roll this, and it has the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4, and it also has 2 of the Mr. Chomps. So this is how it works. Let's say it is this worm's turn. He rolls, and he rolls a 2. So what he's going to do is he's going to put 2 of these little grubs into the tree stump over here, and then he is going to press it down like this. And you'll note that the worm is going to go ahead and start moving. And so I'll go ahead and place a wheel over here just to help support it and whatever. And then you'll lift it up, and you'll just see if there's any dough left. And if there is, you can just stick it back in there and press it down again. Just see if he'll move a little more. And any number you roll, you'll just put that amount of grubs in there to help move the worm. Now, let's say it's my opponent's turn, and my opponent ends up rolling a Mr. Chomp. What he's going to do is he's going to take Mr. Chomp, and what he's simply going to do is he's going to go ahead and put the end of himself onto one of the worms, and then chomp off the Play-Doh like so. The player that rolled Mr. Chomp is going to put this here in his stump, and then he will go ahead and press it down to go ahead and move his worm like so. And then the player who ended up getting the head cut off, he'll just simply reattach the Play-Doh to his worm like so. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is essentially the game. You're just simply going to roll the die, put that amount of grubs in your stump, or if you roll Mr. Chomp, you'll go ahead and chomp the head off and then put it in here. And the winner of the game is going to be the one that reaches the finish line first. So let's just show you what happens when it reaches the finish line. And there you go. The flag has gone down. And what's his name? Squiggly has won the race. So, folks, that is Go-Go Worms. So, my final thoughts on Go-Go Worms. Well, as far as the gameplay goes, it's pretty straightforward. You roll the dice, you put the grubs in there, you squeeze it, and then your worm moves. Of course, the bird, it's a pretty cool little thing. You chomp off the head of the worm and then use the Play-Doh. Yeah, that's... I don't know how that would fare today, but my wife said, man, that's violent. I think the one thing this game has going for it is the use of the Play-Doh. It's really cool to watch the Play-Doh extend the worm out there. That's pretty cool. And a lot of times when you're watching this thing, you'll get so close to the finish line, but you won't quite get there. So there's that little bit of like, come on, come on, come on, go, go. Go-Go Worms, right? Now, this is definitely more of a kid's game than a game for adults. For me, it's fun to just watch the worms go with the Play-Doh, but it's very simple. Now, if your kids enjoy Play-Doh, I have a feeling they would like this game a lot. Visually, it's really cool. As far as, like, strategy-wise, there obviously isn't. This is just a game that's meant to be fun. Probably goes for about $30 or so on eBay or so. And, of course, it's supposed to come with the dough, but the dough could probably be dried up, but you can always just use regular Play-Doh. It works just as well. So guys, that's my review of Go-Go Worms. We'll see you later. Keep on gaming.